Hey guys, this is my late video submission for ICP4. I had most of the code done in class and did the rest of it later that night. I've had that up on GitHub for some time, but I'm just now doing the video submission to go with that. So I'll start with the live demo of the calculator. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The other is the to-do list. Not much prettier, but definitely a step up from the calculator. And yeah, we can add stuff like do homework or take out trash, feed the dog, and we can complete tasks, delete them from our list, keep adding more, so on and so forth. So for the code behind on these, I'll do the calculator first. I just have one big method for the most part that's taking all the input. When you do the calculation, you actually click the equals button to do the calculation, so it checks what operand is set and what two numbers, so it can only do basic operations on two values, but it checks if it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, takes those two values and does the corresponding operation and returns that, and it always resets those values back to defaults or empty values after it does a calculation. In the HTML markup, when you click one of the operand buttons, it just basically sets the operand value as a text flag. You can see that in the function that we just looked at a second ago. And each of the buttons, including the equals button for actually doing the calculation, are all wired up to that one method, button click, and it just passes its own actual value, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it knows to either set it as the first value if there's nothing set for the first value, or it sets it for the second value, something's already set for the second value. Ideally, both values are set before you click the equals button, or else it's not going to work. So for the to-do list, it's also a pretty simple setup, just one method that adds items to the list. Actually, a few methods for adding the items to the list, completing them, and actually deleting them as well. So 3 main methods that we work with there. Completing the item, that's just setting the status on the object that's in our main items list, our list of items to do, things to do. Sets that to completed, and that also gets bound to the text in the HTML side. This is set to incomplete by default. We see that up here where we add items to the list. We just create new objects and push those into that list. And deleting them, we basically just recreate a new list, and I just leave out the item that we want to delete, and then we make that equal to the list that's bound to our HTML. So we have that set up with an ng4, and goes through each of those list items, and every time we make a change by completing a task or deleting it, it's going to re-render this list. And up here is where we got the text input to capture the text that you want to add as a new task or new thing to do. We grab that value here right out of that ID. So that's all there is for ICP4. Thanks for watching.